In northern Michigan, we're lucky to experience several different wineries, each having their own specialties. Now one winery in Petoskey is making their wine with something unique, maple.
7 and 4's Alyssa Heron joins us live in Petoskey this morning from the Maple Moon Family Sugarery to tell us all about the new addition. Good morning, Alyssa.
Good morning, Brennan and Melissa. I am here with owners Todd and Christy Peterson. Thanks for joining us this morning. First of all, how did you get involved in this business?
Well, it was back in 2011. We were inspired by God to actually teach our children resourcefulness and honesty and integrity and hard work, and we thought the syrup business was a perfect opportunity for that for our family.
Absolutely, and we're standing in the production room right now, so kind of walk me through the process of how this syrup gets made here.
Sure. All of the trees on our property, about 30 acres of hard maple, are all connected to the building we're standing in through tubing, and the tubing is then connected to the building, and all of the sap comes into the building, into the big tanks on the end wall there. And then from those tanks, it goes into a processing area, which is in a small room behind us. And then the sap then is concentrated and some of the water's taken out of it with reverse osmosis. And then it goes up into the high head tank up above the platform. Once it's in the head tank, then it is moved into this evaporator here. And in the evaporator, then we actually cook it where it gets its caramelization from. And once it hits its perfect density, and it is perfect syrup, then it comes out of the machine and actually ends up behind us in the steam kettle and in the filter press. Okay. Once in the filter press, it's got put into barrels until we want to bottle it later on.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of steps to making maple syrup. It's not as easy as some people would think. And right here behind us, we have a specialty syrup that you guys made. Tell me about this.
Yes, the idea was gathered from another producer, and the idea was to take fresh bourbon barrels or whiskey barrels and then actually put the syrup in it and age the maple syrup in there to bring on some of the flavor. We did a port wine, and we also did a bourbon syrup, and they were aged in the barrels for 6 months before we took them out and bottled them. Okay,
and something very unique that you guys have here now is the winery. Tell me about that.
Well, the winery was also something we started right away, just playing around with just testing it and seeing if we could make a good wine. And 3 years later, we've opened a winery and have a tasting room here on site, and we're having a lot of fun with it. We have a lot of plans for the future to make other products.
Absolutely, and we're going to show you all of that in the next half an hour. If you guys want to take a walk with me this way, we're going to show you inside of the store here, and the public can come out here throughout the winter as well, correct?
Correct. We are open all year, and right now we're open Thursdays through Saturdays. Thursday and Friday we're open from 2 to 7 p.m., and on Saturdays we're open from 11 to 7.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us. And coming up at 6:30, we're going to take you inside of their wine tasting room. All of this information and more will be on our website at UpNorthLive.com. Reporting live in Petoskey, Alyssa Heron, 7 and 4 News.
Thanks so much, Alyssa. It's so cool to see what people can do with wine and all the different flavors available.
Oh, I know. It's a great spot, too, this weekend to check out with the weather being the way it is. Go inside, do some of that. That's definitely on my list of places to check out.
Looks like fun.
Yes.
That's coming up at 6:30. I am here live inside of the Maple Moon Winery. We'll be showing you what they have to offer and how they got started coming up. And joining me again is Todd Peterson, owner. Thanks for joining us again.
Thank you.
First of all, this is brand new to your whole business. Tell me about the Maple Moon Winery.
The winery was originally started just as a hobby idea, and we were actually making the wine from just sap. And it was an experiment. We made it a few different ways, and then it's blossomed into a great opportunity to be America's first and only maple winery that we're aware of.
And you don't make the wine with grapes. That's what makes it so unique. There's other people that make maple wine, you were saying.
Yes.
But describe that.
Well, the difference is that most other wineries are fermenting fruit or grapes, a large variety of that. And what the difference is with us is we are actually taking maple sap or syrup, and we're actually using that as our fermentation base, which gives the wine a very distinctive taste and also gives it a nice cream finish.
Absolutely. Now, we were tasting some of these during the break, and it's not as sweet as I thought it would be. It's more like a Riesling. So kind of tell me some of the flavors that you have and what makes them also unique.
Sure. This wine is our Maple Blanc, and it actually is a grape-based wine, and it is a drier wine, and it is back-flavored with a small amount of syrup, which gives it a really nice creamy flavor that really hits the palate nicely.
Okay.
This, I believe, is our blueberry, one of our more popular wines, and this is a maple fermentation-based wine, and it is then back flavored with blueberry juice. And then next is our blackberry wine, and it is also a maple fermentation base and back flavored with blackberry juice. And one of our most popular wines also, and they're all good. I mean, we've had a lot of good reviews on all of this so far, is our dessert wine. And what that is, a maple fermentation base, and it's back flavored with pure maple syrup. And that's all that's in there. And then my personal favorite is the Maple Gold, which is actually a port wine. And that's a maple fermentation base that's actually back flavored with bourbon.
Okay, so most importantly, when is the winery or the tasting room open?
The tasting room is open right now for winter hours, Thursday and Friday from 2 to 7. And then on Saturday we're open from 11 to 7. And we have tours on Saturday at 4 p.m. that are free to the public. We walk you through the whole syrup process, as well as you're welcome to come in and taste the wines.
Okay, well, whether you like dry or sweet wine, they have it all here. All of this information and more will be on our website at UpNorthLive.com. Reporting live in Petoskey, Alyssa Heron, 7 and 4 News.
Thanks a lot, Alyssa. What a unique flavor, maple for wine. I would never think of that.
And the only one in the country that we know of so far. That's pretty impressive. I am someone who loves Northern Michigan wines, and so that's on my list to check out.
Maybe not a bad idea this weekend.
No.